We're still in the Hall of Heroes in Bioshock playthrough, and Elizabeth is opening tears and medical kits out of thin air.
And this is the part where he decides to activate all the same, not all the same, but all the different information kiosks all at the same time.
Yes.
It becomes a cacophony, yes, a cacophony, or a cacophony, however the hell it is pronounced, of various information that you cannot decipher because they're all speaking at the same time.
It's a coffin of cafes. No, it's a coffin of cacos.
A coffin of cacos?
Yes. This is a motorized Patriot. A motorized Patriot is one of the sturdier enemies in Bioshock. It has massive amounts of health. It's impossible to knock back. You can stun it using some triggers, but it also has massive Gatling gun attachment, as is clearly holding, and its melee attacks, which you can only activate when you're directed.
Yes, as you know, melee implies.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you don't actually like the Devil's Kiss figure all that much, so what was the deal with you using it earlier? Were you trying?
Probably just to demonstrate that it works, but it's not as effective as other vigors. Unfortunately, I don't have shock therapy yet.
Can't find anything.
The reason why we're in the Hall of Heroes in the first place. I digress.
You see, Booker? Maybe you're the man I remember. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. Comstock took our stories and scrubbed away our soul. Now, he's coming for me. And when I'm gone, all that will be left is the lie.
But yes, the shock jockey is easily
Just
the
give us
most
what we came
effective
for.
vigor to use against the Patriot because it stuns them. Stuns them for
It's done.
several seconds. And it can be used repeatedly, so if you stun them, then you can immediately stun them again. It resets their stun animation.
Done.
In the interest of transparency, this is our third attempt at recording this part, so if it seems apparent that we already know what's going to happen, it's because we do.
Yeah. This is mostly my fault, mind you.
It's technical issues in the backstage of Rocket Rabbit commentaries.
Yes.
Not too pleasant.
Slate. He's here.
That's still fucking...
That is his name.
Fucking gliding Elizabeth. I have no idea why that happened. I don't even think I noticed that when I originally recorded this. Like, yay! Possession for less! Now I can use possession twice as often.
Allowing you to steal as many Patriots as you please.
Oh, as many deluded souls and
Comstock ships. He's coming for Slate.
It was Slate who killed for his country at Wounded Knee! It was Slate who stormed the gates at Peking! Slate! Slate! Comstock's coming, Booker. But our lives won't satisfy him, oh no. He won't rest until he's turned us into tin. I won't let him. He took my past, but that's all he's getting from me.
Just give us the vigor. We don't need to do this.
Come to think of it now,
Here you go,
it seems a
boys.
bit disappointing
A soldier's
that
deck of wings.
Slate himself is not a boss. You can't even hurt Slate. The whole boss battle right now is mooks.
Yeah, but Batman Arkham Asylum had that problem too, so...
Well, Batman Arkham Asylum also wasn't a shooter.
Okay.
Well, was it?
No,
Oh.
it most certainly was not what most people would define as a shooter.
Well, I mean,
But at the same time, one of the upgrades that you get relatively early allows you to pretty much first-person shoot your way through the game, if you so choose.
oh, I see. My point is that, especially in shooters where gunplay is pretty much all the combat, the enemies really determine like how the gameplay plays out, because that's the only difference you're gonna get. This might as well have been like the Pig King exhibit or the Wounded Knee exhibit. You're facing about the same amount of enemies, except maybe the fireman over here, but it's all just mooks. You're like, who cares about these people? Mind you, I'm not saying that this is necessarily entirely bad. It's still fun to do. But I just, like, why would they even show, like, Super Slate all electrified and shit if he's not even going to use his powers to attack you?
Well, Slate doesn't want to attack you, if you recall.
Oh, now, DeWitt! Don't disappoint the boys!
Yeah, because the plot demands it! Salt infusion. Now even more important.
My men and I are doomed.
So that's great.
Doomed. Noble Custer was at Little Bighorn. But we shall not yield to Comstock and his tin soldiers. But my scout has seen him. Booker DeWitt is coming here to the hall. DeWitt. We called him the White Engine of Wounded Knee for all the grisly trophies he claimed.
And now there's a vacuum.
Man such as he.
Well, maybe, perhaps a little tidiness is in order.
Perhaps.
Oh yeah, that's another good thing about being able to possess humans on the board while the Patriots are around. Patriots have these red gears on their backs. That is their weak spot. You inflict more damage when you shoot the gears than when you shoot any other part of their body.
Here.
Including, I'm not sure if even their shooting their head does more damage, because as you can see, the head does come off eventually.
Come on, DeWitt! Show me what you're made of!
I decided not to pick up the crank gun because that would mean dropping whatever weapon I currently have equipped. And the Gatling gun only has 200 total rounds. Very, very powerful rounds, but still limited supply.
So is the dentist gonna have tin Patriots when we get to him?
I want the dentist. I think the dentist is gonna have like everybody shrunken down like those little bobbleheads that you see at like a dentist's office, like bobbleheads or hula gals. You know?
I've never understood the point of a bobblehead hula gal.
Well, because it's like or something like that. It was a horrible impression, but probably just the idea of having a little dancing, little, you know, swaying, bosomy girl on your desk. I don't know. I've never had a hula gal.
Neither have I. And it's always been like, I don't really see the need for this particular thing.
Oh,
Yes, Blast Cloud. You've already told us that we are unable to hurt Slate. Stop wasting ammo on him.
I think that was to demonstrate that even shooting him does no damage.
Well, we already knew that. We shot him earlier, and there wasn't even a health bar.
Okay, so Slate, okay, I get it. Slate won't fight for his life because he knows his life is doomed either way. That is assuming, of course, that I decide to kill him, not to spare him.
No, even if you don't kill him,
I do kill him.
Comstock will.
Right. You don't see it. You don't see it because I do kill him momentarily. After you leave here, following a couple hours of gameplay, if you chose to spare Slate, Slate does reappear at a later point, but he's imprisoned and pretty, what's the word? Not distraught, but like torn up, like inside and all over, because not only has he lost everything, he's also doomed basically to become the tin soldier that he's been afraid of becoming this whole time. So it's practically a mercy killing.
Hey, Slate.
Hey, buddy.
Just need the shock jockey.
You got tired out?
You're not done here, soldier! Eat everything that's on your plate!
You don't
Finish
have
it.
to shout. You're right in front of me.
They haven't changed you, Booker.
I don't think they animated him getting shot in the face. They just put that blood splatter on the back.
Yeah, that's all they did, because he still has the welts from Shot Shot.
Right. Yeah, that's what I originally thought when I saw the welts. That was the gunshot wound, but how the hell did that cause swelling?
Press to shoot a bolt
Because
of
of,
electricity.
you know, maybe some lifting of the skin
To create a
for
shocking
the entry wound.
We never get to see that imp, do we?
I suppose it was.
Well, I mean, there were characters, if you recall from part 2, when we went through the raffle and fair, there were characters,
Faster than you can
there were like
imagine.
mascot characters for the devil and the foreign hordes, and basically anyone who's an enemy of Columbia. There were people dressed up as the devils so that people could demonstrate the vigors on them, like the Buck and Bronco minigame.
Yes. But do we ever get to see those characters reappear?
Unfortunately, no. Now that you mention it, I mean, I suppose if they didn't already have the fireman as their fire attribute combatant, they probably would have. Although, it's tough to say. Because, like, if you're using the devil Comstock is using the devil character to drive home the point that the devil is the enemy. So why would somebody knowingly dress up as the devil and fight for Comstock?
Because it would be symbolic of Comstock's fall from grace.
Well, I mean, yeah, Comstock that's behind the scenes, though. Comstock is perpetuating the illusion that he's a good man. He is not a good man.
He has prevented us from going to our dentist appointment.
I thought Comstock was the dentist.
No, Comstock is not the dentist.
So will you know the dentist when we see him, Gerdat?
Maybe. I'm kind of waiting for us to actually get back to the chair, personally.
I don't think we're going to be going back to that chair.
Oh.
There will be seats. There will be plushy cushions for us to rest our bottoms on while we go through the rest of this game. Many pivotal moments to anchor our emotions on. Water conducts electricity!
You know, those vigors seem very powerful. I'll do what I can to keep you stocked in salts.
Oh great, Elizabeth, you're just now figuring out that I need salts.
So many demon heads as door knockers.
They use demon heads as door knockers, really?
Well, it's not an actual thing. But if you look closely when the door is closed, a couple of the door handles are shaped to, represent the red goat.
I'm out!
I'm trying to think now if maybe it's not a demon goat. Well, okay, I think I see what you mean. The doorknobs are they're horned shaped, so I can see how you could make that confusion. I would think it was more akin to like bull horns.
It's probably bull horns, but then again, they're red. Bull horns would be bulls are. Well, that one's gold, so.
Yeah, I saw it. It's the long face too. I don't know if they did that deliberately because there's no real, except that the police station later on is called the bull yard. That they would use bulls to sort of represent the authority here, but otherwise that's probably not intentional.